Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir, Silent Gods. For today's video, I'm going to go through a bit of patch notes that we had from the website. We have some updates coming for the 28th, which is tomorrow as of me posting this video, so let's check those out. Alrighty, so yesterday on the official Discord for Dragonheir, they did post a upcoming patch notes. So I wanted to read through those game updates. Let's see, I think it was in announcements. So there's going to be an adjustment on June 28th. So I think this is related specifically to certain heroes. So what I'll do is as I read through these, I will pull up the hero. We have been focusing on players' gaming experience and suggestions during the CBT2 of a Dragonheir Silent Gods. For the purpose of offering a better gaming environment for players, we're planning to lay out the following adjustments. We prioritize the adjustments on heroes whose performance is below expectation and has also fixed some existing bugs in the game. So they're also fixing some bugs. So some of the things that might have been poor performance might have been related to a bug. So it's always good that they're checking into it. This is what beta is for after all, right? But all right, I'm just going to simply go through. Let's start off with hero skill buffs. We're going to look at some rare heroes. All right, we have Dubik. This is our first rare mentioned. The upgrade effect of level 2 and level 3 ultimate skill has been adjusted from shield 5% to shield plus 10%. So that's here. But it says 15%. The upgraded effect. Oh, this is the maxed out version? Oh, here. Level 2 and level 3. Okay. Oh, both of them. So, all right. So when we add a skill scroll, we'll get plus 10% more for level 2 and plus 10% more for level 3. So this will be 20, so 35% max HP shield to allies within range. So we're going to make this rare be a bit more viable as a support and shielding hero, which is great given that he's fire. So you could be like, well, we don't really need that. We have the adventurer for sake of a shield, but they have to be under ice as their element in order to give that shield. So having a good fire hero that's very free-to-play friendly be a solid shield hero is definitely good to see. All right, I like it. First one good. All right, the next one we have here is Loris. All right, the ultimate skill effect has been adjusted from inflict attack penalty 1 to inflict attack penalty 2. You know, this is really interesting, and I do really like this. I know at the end of the day, I am someone who likes to play rares and epics, but I know people aren't excited about that. But hopefully, if some other things change in this game to make the community as a whole a little bit more happy, that people will start to appreciate playing rares and epics and whatnot like we would in other games like Raid. And that's one thing that Raid really didn't do much, right? Like, it was always the small versions of things on a rare. Only very few actually had the big version of a debuff. So we're going to go from 100% chance of taunting the enemy and inflicting an attack penalty 2, a decreased attack of 25% for only 1. So it's going to go up to the big version for attack penalty 2. That's really good. I like it. It definitely makes them more viable. This is ice. This gives you an ice hero for your comp that can be the decreased attack champion, especially against a boss with single target. Next we have Fitz. All right, Fitz here. The range of ultimate has been expanded. Okay, so he was doing this octagonal shape here. Octagon, hexagon. Not really. It's a square that's turned on its side, let's be honest. It's a diamond. I don't know what I was trying to say. Really, the more I look at it, it's mostly a diamond. Anyway, so this shape is going to be expanded. I wonder if that's going to be the whole area. Because it's already pretty big. Like, how much more can they really expand it? Unless it just shoots straight forward in 3 or 4 blocks. But it transfers debuffs on the allies within range to the hero. and restores 10% plus max HP to the hero. Each transfer will grant additional healing. Interesting. Alright, Glutton for Punishment. He takes everybody's debuffs. This is really good. Alright, I'm curious about that one. I haven't used him, but I know he's quite interesting, and people really do seem to like Fitz. So another good rare in the game. Alright, next up is Enna, someone I have really started to use quite heavily. So this is nice. Alright, what do we got for Enna? The modifier of battle skill has, let's see, been adjusted from the target's defense to Enna's defense. What do you mean, the modifier? Oh, okay. Okay, but why does that matter? Because restores HP when being attacked. She's just applying a debuff. What? Does they mean our passive? Restores max HP when taking damage that exceeds a certain amount of HP? No. How does this matter for the target's defense to Enna's defense? So the hit recovery, maybe I haven't really... Alright, maybe this hit recovery restores HP when being attacked. Okay, so the amount of HP that's being restored when the ally is attacked while having this buff is going to be dependent on Enna's defense. They really need to say that somewhere, right? None of this hit recovery restores HP when being attacked. How much? What is that dependent on? We don't even know, and so no wonder why I'm confused. It doesn't say that to begin with. Alright, anyway, typical changes, always confusing. Let's go on to the next. Alright, we're going on to epics. Fira here. The buff dispelling chance of the ultimate skill has been increased from 50% chance to 75% chance. So that will book up to a 100% chance of inflicting accuracy penalty as well, it looks like. Or no, just sorry, 75, yeah. They both will be there. So they'll both be, or yep, they'll both be. So 75% chance of dispelling 2 buffs from an enemy, really good, and 75% chance of inflicting decreased accuracy level 2, which is a 50% accuracy reduction on the enemy, will both book up to 100% chance to land. So that makes me excited because this is a character that I have on my account who I didn't really look at first, but I was like, well, okay, I might need him if I need to dispel some debuffs. Once I start really needing to dispel debuffs, and of course removing a debuff, or sorry, removing distilling debuffs. I apologize. Dispelling buffs from an enemy. Dispelling buffs from an enemy. That requires accuracy. So if you're removing a buff from an enemy, not a debuff from an ally, don't get confused with Enna. Someone tried to say Enna needed accuracy to dispel debuffs from her allies. No. You need accuracy to dispel buffs from the enemy, but not debuffs from the ally. Alrighty, so next one we have is another fire, so let's get here. So this is Horus. We get Horus for free, right? He's like our little login champion, so nice to see that. The battle skill effect has now been adjusted to the effect after improvement. The original improvement effect has been replaced with an HP aura, increases all allies' HP by 24% in all battles. The battle skill effect has now been adjusted to the effect after improvement. What? Sorry guys, their translations are not always the best. They definitely need someone to look over this before they send this out sometime. Maybe they mean... I think they just mean they're changing his aura. Don't think they actually mean battle skill. The original improvement effect has been replaced with HP aura. Increases all allies' HP. I think they don't mean battle skill. I think they just mean his captain skill. Not his battle skill. His captain aura. His aura. His team aura. Alright, Solveless is the other one here. Wait, the wrong one. I'm getting him confused with the other guy. Alright, Solveless. I'm probably saying his name completely wrong. Another epic here, Ice Epic. The ultimate skill effect has been adjusted from reduces target's ultimate energy by 20% to reduces target's ultimate energy by 30%. The passive skill effect has been adjusted from takes effect once only in a certain period to take effect on the same target only once in a certain period. Okay, so this is good. For every enemy inflicted with invisibility, shoots an arrow. So this passive would only work once before in the whole battle, but now it's going to only work once per enemy. Right? It's so confusing. Okay, the things here don't exactly say it as we're reading. It's more the stuff that's behind the scenes in some cases, so it might be a little not so obvious. All right, next. We have Doll Bomb, aka grayscale version of Samar Gem Cursed. All right. The base HP has been increased. So his base HP here at 36,000. It's hard to compare. Let's see. That's already pretty high compared to these others. Support. 34. I mean, oh, never mind. We're getting into the rares. Okay, that's why. Maybe for his sake. To be fair, that's pretty good. It's like, if it's already at 36,000, they're increasing his base HP even more. Interesting. So they're gonna make this epic really be a pretty strong tank. He's already got a decent base set of stats, so they're gonna make it even better. Bringing him up to a higher level, closer to the legendaries, not so bad. Alright, and then we have Lydia, big drinker, right? Oh wait, I'm thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of the rare. I always think of Netta. Big drinker. Alright, the base defense has been increased. So same thing again here. They're taking this epic who's got, oh yeah, a little bit lower base defense for some of the, okay. Maybe not bad for the sake of, ooh, yeah, maybe not bad for the sake of epic, but about the same as some of the rares. So maybe best to bring up some of the stats to make them a little bit more solid. It's always weird, yeah, when we have rares be about the same. Okay, simple change, but I like it. Now we're on to legendary heroes, including my newest legendary, so I like to see that. Talwar. I feel like he's definitely the one I've seen most from people summoning legendaries from the Horn. So I think a lot of people will be quite happy with an improvement to him, because he's already decent, just not quite good enough for like all content. Definitely arena, I would say, or anything PvP. All right, the mushroom self-explosion countdown of battle skill. Let's see here. All right. Has been reduced from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. The ultimate skill effect has now been adjusted to the effect after improvement. The original improvement effect has been replaced with... Okay. So, accuracy or... Why do they say this? Ultimate skill... No logic. Their descriptions really don't make sense. The original improvement effect has been replaced with an accuracy aura. That's not his ultimate. What are they talking about? I don't know what they're talking about, but let's just say, all right, replaced with accuracy aura, increases all allies' accuracy by 65 in Grand Gladiator Arena battles. All right, I'm adding an extra accuracy for sake of arena, making him even better, or sorry, extra aura for sake of arena to make him even better at landing those debuffs in the arena, which is kind of what he's strong for. You got decreased attack, decreased accuracy, a taunt, poisons. We have so much going on with his kit that definitely needs accuracy, so that's not so bad. Even if he does become more of a niche arena champion, or that's what he is, it's good to have people strong in certain areas of the game. All right, next legendary. Haldork. So many names I still don't know. Especially when people start calling them by their titles instead of their names, and it's just even more confusing. All right, Hall Dork. The base defense has been increased. Ooh, yeah, that seems low for the legendaries. The ultimate skill has been adjusted from reduces target's ultimate energy by 25% to reduces target ultimate energy by 50%. Oh. All right, so pretty much in raid terms, a turn meter drop, right? Cool. All right, next. All right, we have Biome Fray. It looks cool. The base defense has been increased. Again, another one. Decent defense, but maybe for the true fact of him being a defensive defensive legendary. It's good, but as you can see, there's definitely higher. 14,000 here for that guy with only 12,000 or 12,100, not 1,000 here for him. All right, a new effect has been added to his passive skill. Grants a shield equal to 10% max HP for 10 seconds when triggered. The tick frequency of the ultimate skill has been shortened from 2 seconds to 1.25 seconds, while the range of the ultimate skill has also been expanded. Nice. With a chance of inflicting a stun for 1.5 seconds. Okay. Oh, I hear this. Sorry. So deals attack percentage damage as lightning damage to enemies within range and gains defense up to for 10 seconds. Meanwhile, gains electrified for 10 seconds. That attacks a random enemy with electricity every 2 seconds during the period. So this is going to every 1.25 seconds. He's going to be constantly attacking. Okay, so that's kind of like Shaltar, right? Shaltar has it in like a passive form, but that's this guy's ultimate. He's definitely the legendary version of Shaltar to some extent, right? I still don't have a Shaltar, so I could be wrong. I'm half remembering Shaltar's kit, but this guy's definitely got more of the tank vibe versions of it versus the Dauntless Shaltar. All right. Evelios. Here we go, another lightning. So the damage dealt by the passive has been increased. The effective battle skill has been adjusted from gains attack speed up 2 to grants attack speed up 2 to all Dauntless allies. Okay, I like that. That's one thing I would have definitely had some critique on if I'm now that I think of it. So many of these things say, Dauntless, you need multiple. Rally, you need multiple. Rally, sorry. Not North Carolina. And so many of these heroes feel selfish, right? So many of them feel like they're only helping themselves, but have nothing to do with other heroes. So adding more synergy and encouraging a synergy for the whole team is very nice. I love this buff, and I'm pretty sure Odd One Gaming, who has Evelios and Tall War, is going to be pretty happy with these changes. He's been pretty disappointed in Evelios not doing the greatest damage, but now he's definitely going to have to add some extra enlightenment to him, do some extra derived damage as well, maybe, and encourage him to be part of a Dauntless team. Sounds pretty good to me. All right, Mithrasia. She down here. I love her look. She's gorgeous. One of my favorites when they introduced a whole bunch of new characters. The range of battle skill has been expanded. A new effect has been added to the ultimate skill. Grants resurrection at death to all living allies for 10 seconds. Resurrected allies have been increased. Sorry. Resurrected allies' HP has been increased from 50% to 75%. Solid. Sounds amazing, especially for Arena. Who she'd be annoying. I don't have her. I've only faced her a little bit, so I'm not as familiar with actually using her yet. I haven't done a test server account yet myself, so I'm kind of limited based on what I've actually played. And she's not one of them, but she seems amazing, honestly. Her kit's really interesting. But maybe this kind of wasn't good enough, because so much of this was kind of meh. I feel like when it came to the resurrection and they would just die right away afterwards, so it's kind of like, what's the point? Alrighty, we have the Lendor as well, another gorgeous radiant hero. He looks really cool. Look at that elf. He definitely belongs in somewhere fancy like Lord of the Rings as a high elf. I love it. All right. The damage dealt by the ultimate skill has been increased. So simple enough, his AoE, ultimate skill here, which all goes around rally as well, is been increased. Nice to hear. So if he's been hitting like a wet noodle, maybe he'll be better. All right, Galliolier, what the hell is that name? I don't even know who that is. Oh, that's his name. As someone just gets a dude from the horn as we're recording again. I do like that they're showing us that people are actually getting them, because some people didn't even know you could actually get a legendary from the horn. Okay, so him, a new effect has been added to his ultimate skill. The duplicate gains 50% ultimate energy. So enhances a designated ally undead creature, granting 25% attack up and duplicating it. And when it's duplicated, it's also going to gain 50% ultimate energy. Ooh, it's okay. So he's going to be able to come back. The duplicate gains ultimate energy. But I thought most summons just are attacking with just as basic attacks. Summons don't have ultimates. They're just basic attack, aren't they? I'm so confused now. Maybe they mean his ultimate will be recharged, or the ally's energy will be recharged, not the actual summon itself. I think. That's a little bit worded funny. Alright, and we have Garrica. I have heard people say Garrica is the worst legendary in the game, so let's see if she sounds better. I think maybe Dan, I'm not sure, someone. Alright, the effect of ultimate skill has been adjusted to whether Garrica succeeds in dispelling any buff from the targets. She inflicts targets with buff immunity. So wait, upon successfully dispelling... Okay, again, typo. They mean whether or not she dispels a buff from the target, she still will inflict buff immunity. Alright. So first she's going to try to dispel a buff from the enemy, and then she's going to place buff immunity as a debuff on them, regardless of if she succeeds or not from dispelling a buff. That's definitely better, because then you don't have double the RNG of accuracies and versus resistance and those things actually landing. I like it. I don't know if that's going to be good enough to make her a top tier legendary, but buff immunity sounds quite powerful, honestly, especially if you don't have to rely on dispelling a buff first. Because what if they don't have any buffs to begin with and you want to put a buff immunity on them to prevent them from getting the buffs in the first place? Oh, that's totally what it is, right? That's what it is. People were probably like, bruh, but I want to prevent the buffs from happening in the first place, and I can only do that if I remove a buff that's already on them. By then it's too late, it's just messy. That's kind of how I felt with Raid with Hydra. There were strategies about like, yeah, you can just remove the buffs with Madame Saris, or hell, even a Seer in the beginning. But then it's like, but if they already have a million buffs, it's already too late. Let's prevent the buffs in the first place with block buffs, aka buff immunity, with Garrica. Similar strategy here. Alright, we also have some artifact adjustments. So let's pop on into the artifact shop. Epic artifact, the Arcana Cube. The additional enlightenment obtained has been increased from 60 to 75. Okay, nice. When the wearer launches a battle skill, they have whatever chance of obtaining 75 extra enlightenment for 10 seconds. This is so weird to me still. I think it's terrible. Okay, you just have a chance of getting extra enlightenment and only for a temporary time? And this is an epic. Isn't the rare better? Isn't the rare better? How about the wearer just gets extra enlightenment, period? Or maybe that's just not worth it in the end. You want the bigger amount, but I hate that it's just a chance to gain an extra stat. Kind of seems random, although I guess it's fair. It'd be like a chance of getting extra damage, because a lot of the damage is based on enlightenment, or heals are based on enlightenment for Hexandra. I still don't like that. I still think it's weird, personally. All right, a legendary artifact, the Gatekeeper Staff. Okay, right here. When the wearer's HP is fully restored, the overflowing healing granted to the wearer will be converted into a shield. The overflowing healing from the wearer to all allies, including the wearer themselves, will be converted into shields. Okay, so this is actually going to affect all allies now, not just the one character. That's a pretty good buff. I'll take it. All right, then there was a universal optimization that resurrected units will now recover 75% of the ultimate energy they had before being defeated. And then some bug fixes. I'm going to just read through these super quick. Hey, another horn blow. Hey. Fixed an issue with Jothalia's ultimate failing to trigger resurrection block. Fixed the issue where Thelendor's battle skill consumes rally when he is equipped with the artifact Celestial Disc of Fate. Brought forward the effective time of Asilia's ultimate skill. Fixed the issue where Fungal Glow's passive skill takes effect when she is defeated. Who's Fungal Glow? That must be the title, not the name. Why do they mix the names and the titles, guys? Come on, keep it all consistent. Fix the issue where Filto's passive skill fails to take effect under certain conditions. Oh, his passive wasn't working properly. Good to know for those of you that might have thought he was meh. Fix the incorrect effective range for Haldork's passive skill. Fix the issue where Vitar's execution is accidentally triggered by certain improper conditions. Oh, maybe she was... Oh, shoot. That people might feel like she gets nerfed, but guys, it's a bug fix. Things were triggering it that should not have been triggering it. Keep that in mind. Don't go crying nerf, guys. Bug fixes are bug fixes. They're not nerfs. So many people cry, oh my god, you nerfed them. It's like, no, they weren't working as intended. We fixed them. Fix the issue where Thea's battle skill selects the wrong target. Fix the issue where Usha's passive fails to take effect. Oh, there's another one. I know people really liked Usha. So she probably wasn't doing her job even as is, and people loved her already. So she might be even better. Ice character. All right, and fixed incorrect effective trigger of the Holy Hunter equipment set. All right, we done. That's it. This was a long video, but there was a lot of updates, so I didn't want to get into too much discussion. I just wanted to simply give you guys the information. Lots of good things there. I think they did a pretty good job at improving some characters where things felt a little like Garrica. Now she can just straight be a block buffs champion. That's really, really good for a lot of scenarios. Avelios kind of seemed weak and worse than the epics, and now he can hopefully be a little bit better with some extra passive damage and a better buff to all Dauntless allies. That sticks out to me as well. And Talwar. It looks like the mushrooms are going to explode more often, so that might help Talwar be even better as well. Plus, they're adding an aura for him, or at least changing the current aura as is. Yeah, he had no aura, and they're giving him an aura. All right, that's all for today's video, guys. There's the info. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out some new champions. I'm still playing, cruising along, and I'm not really rushing. I'm just enjoying the ride, and yeah, I still got plenty to do in the game. I'm not bored yet, but obviously, overall, we still have some hopes for some big changes. We'll have to see if that happens, but either way, I'm still here for now. I hope you guys are too, and I'll see you in the next video.